An irresistible offer for your agency is the difference between struggling to close deals to having clients lining up waiting to say yes to what you have to offer. And in this video, I'm gonna break down the exact steps that you need to follow in order to come up with an irresistible offer that your client cannot refuse. It's the same strategy that we use in our agency to increase our close rate and hit our first 7 figures inside of our agency. And it's the same strategies that we're teaching hundreds of agencies inside of Agency U to have them continue to crush it in their agency and do it from the start. So if you want to create an offer that does the selling for you, this video is going to be for you. So the first thing that we need to really think about is the niche. When I think about the niche, it's basically the who is our ideal customer. I have a couple thoughts. Firstly is if you're just starting off, your niche should be literally anybody who will work with you. So I wouldn't put too much pressure, and I know this is gonna sound a little bit controversial, but if you're just starting out in your agency and you've worked with not a lot of clients, you don't have proven expertise with a specific industry, keep it broad and then work your offer, which you can still build and get some results for a specific avatar. And then once you start getting results, then use that as momentum to then niche down and get more clients in that specific niche. If you are focused on a client, if you're currently working with a specific niche, I would just encourage you to get specific from a qualification perspective. So for example, if you're working with online coaches doing $50,000 a month, 7-figure coaches, whatever that qualifier could be, I think that's really what's going to set you up for success. So after we figure out who, all we need to figure out is the pain. What are the pain points of our customers? I see a lot of agencies, especially like in the video space, they'll be like, oh, they're struggling to come up with a strategy. They're struggling to find time to create content. No, that's not actually what they're struggling with. What they're actually struggling with is what goes deeper than what you're probably on the surface thinking. So for example, if I'm struggling to come up with a strategy to create content, why do they want to create content? They want to become more known. They want to get leads. So we need to think really hardcore about the customers and who it is that we're actually talking to. Usually the top pain points of your specific customer is going to be leads, business, closing deals, becoming more known, brand awareness. That's all we need to speak to when it comes to our actual pain. So when we're creating these pain points, we don't want to just say leads, business. What we want to do is we want to leverage the who and we want to speak to the pain of who we're actually working with. So for example, I help plumbers predictably book appointments for their business, speaking their language. And this is a way to help you understand the pain points, because your goal at the end of the day is simply to just solve the pain points, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. What are the top 3 pain points associated with my offer, and also include implications to these pain points. Make them short and sweet. They're struggling with unpredictable job flow. They're wasting time on low quality leads, and they have high marketing costs with low ROI. If you've been working with a specific niche and you're unclear on what their pain points are, use something like ChatGPT to get your creativity going and also understand their business, because that's going to be really important as you grow and scale. And as you start working with these businesses, is like you also need to understand their business. So let's do it again. Let's just say I work with online coaches who are doing 7 figures and help them grow their business with content. What are the top 3 pain points using their language? Include an implication, scaling content without burning out, turning followers into high-paying clients, and standing out in a saturated market. These are freaking great. So once we have the who, we have the pain, the next thing that we need to figure out is the outcome. What are the desired outcomes? And likely the desired outcomes are the opposites of the pain points that we're deciding when it comes to our specific customer, when it comes to our specific client. Similarly, let's just go to ChatGPT. Speaking the language for the plumbers using those pain points, what are their desired outcomes? They want consistent job flow. They want to focus on profitable jobs with minimal time wasted on low quality leads. And they want marketing efforts that consistently bring in new clients. Do the same with online coaches. They want consistency. They want to transform and engage following into a steady stream of premium clients, maximizing their revenue potential. They want to stand out in a crowded market, attracting the high caliber clients they want to work with and solidifying their authority in the niche. So depending on who we're working with, we now just use ChatGPT to come up with the pain points and the outcomes of these customers. In order for your offer to be irresistible for who you're targeting, we need to speak their language. We need to understand them. We need to show our customers that we understand who they are. What makes it irresistible is going to be our positioning of the offer. offer. And if we are just being general with, oh, we're gonna help you get leads and grow your business, like that's gonna go right over somebody's head. What we need to do is we need to speak the language of who we're talking to when it comes to the pain points, when it comes to the outcomes. So this is the first section of the offer that we really need to freaking nail. So once we have the who, we have the pain, we have the outcomes, our job becomes really freaking easy, because all we have to solve for as an agency is, how do I get my clients from where they are to where they want to go? What a lot of agencies do, and I did this myself, is we would have a client come in and they would say, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. Us as agencies, because we want to say yes, we want to keep the client happy and we don't want to turn down revenue, we say, yeah, I can do that. And the problem is you begin being this yes man glorified freelancer and basically creating a job for yourself, which is completely unscalable. We need to have a solution for our clients, and that is basically our offer. From an offering perspective, all we have to do is we have to figure out, how do I get my client from where they are to their outcomes? And this becomes our offer. Probably a million different ways that you can get your client from where they are to where they want to go. We need to figure out, like, using your skill sets or using what you think as an expert, as a marketing agency, what is the best way to get my client from where they are to where they want to go? And we call these steps to desired outcome. So all we have to do is start to map out exactly the steps that we're going to take to get our clients from where they are to where they want to go. And we as agencies need to be the most convicted that our offer as an agency is in fact going to create the outcomes for our customers. I see a lot of agencies, especially in the content space, they're doing a ton of content creation, thinking that's going to get them to the outcomes. But the reality is, you're priding yourself on the outputs, not the outcomes. So we as marketers, like if you're a content-driven marketer, we need to be marketers first and then content second. And this becomes the steps. This is what we begin to productize. This is what we begin to delegate. If I had this client and they said, I'm struggling with this and I want this, all we have to do is figure out, what are the steps? What's everything that we need to be doing in order to do it? I'm going to warn you, probably a million different ways that you can get the clients to the outcomes. Think about, what are your expertise? What's a simple way to get them to the outcome? And what's that one way to get them to the outcome? And then when you start to market yourself, when you start to market your agency services, they're going to come in with these pain points expecting these outcomes, and we're going to have the solution. We need to be the ibuprofen to the headache. And I'm challenging you on this because you probably need to do other things inside of your agency that are going to increase the likelihood of getting to their outcomes. Next is USP. So this is a unique selling proposition. So like if you just said, oh, we help clients get high paying client conversions, like that is not like unique. One of the biggest selling points is going to be your offer. So think about the unique selling proposition as like title of your product or your unique way of actually getting the client to the result. And this is something that we work a ton on with agencies, because a lot of times when we're building out these offers with the agencies inside of Agency U, they have no idea what's actually going to get the clients to the outcome. And a lot of people may be watching this, are like, their wheels are turning, they're like, oh my gosh, there's like a million different things and a million different ways that I can do it. But it's like, we want to keep this really simple, and we just want to have one unique mechanism that we can attract customers, because what I said earlier was how we're going to attract more people is going to be through our positioning. And if we have really good copy on our pain points, if we have really good copy on our outcomes, what's going to make people curious, what's going to pique curiosity and get people to actually reach out and be willing to learn about this and interested in what you have to offer, is going to be a unique selling proposition. For example, for the online coaches, give me a unique selling proposition for this, for my offer. Name it something and make it 2 to 3 words. This is super good though. I mean, from like a marketing perspective, we help 7-figure online coaches scale their business by transforming the content strategy to high converting client acquisition machine, so you can stay on a crowded market, turn followers into premium clients, and keep growing without burning out. Content conversion engine. There's a unique selling proposition. We help 7-figure online coaches scale their business by plugging in our content conversion engine, which will allow you to stand out in a crowded market, turn followers into premium clients, and keep growing without burning out. For this case, we could use content conversion engine. Do the same for the plumbing offer. Appointment success system, pipeline booking blueprint. Love that because it's kind of plumberish. We just need a unique selling proposition. Like, what is going to pique interest from our offer that's going to be related to the outcomes, stand out, and be different. After we have our unique selling proposition, next is a guarantee. If you've never sold the offer, I have 2 thoughts for you. Just avoid guarantee, because you don't have any proof that this is actually going to work and it could bite you in the ass. And then 2, in the same vein, if you've never sold it and you have nothing to lose, freaking throw out the guarantees. Those are my 2 thoughts on the guarantee for people people who don't have proof on this. Maybe you're just building out your offer. And then just in general, what is a guarantee? So a guarantee is a risk reversal. If you've been working with clients, you've had steady results, you've been able to get them specific results, a guarantee is simply just a risk reversal as it pertains to them working with you. We throw guarantees out very, very lightly because what we don't want to happen is like a client just latches on to one thing and then they don't execute on the other things that are going to actually help get us to the guarantee, or like they're a brokey and they think that this is just going to be a saving grace for them and the expectations are really off. So if you are doing a guarantee, make sure that there's really good stipulations and there's protection for you, because it's like if you work with somebody and you're like, okay, cool, we'll guarantee you 10 clients, and they don't put in any of the work, they don't show up to anything, they aren't willing, like they delay everything, now who's at fault? Okay, it's you for not setting proper expectations. So if you're going to throw out a guarantee, make sure you have proper expectations. So basically there's like two guarantees that I would basically suggest. It's the satisfaction and then it's also the results guarantee. And last but not least is going to be pricing. So when it comes to pricing, like the problem that I came up with was, I would just throw out random numbers, but I had no idea what my profit was. I had no idea like how much money I was actually making after delegating this. And when I started to scale, I realized, shoot, this client, we're charging X amount and it costs this much to hire a team to do this. We're like not making any profit whatsoever. But the problem was my offer was not priced for profit. It was not priced to delegate. It was not priced to scale. So when it comes to pricing, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of how you can look at your pricing in order to make sure that you're priced for profit from the jump. What I mean is priced to delegate, and this gives us our floor price. We're going to look at all of these steps that we've created for our offer, which is going to be basically the only thing that we're going to be focused on selling. I'm going to look at this as not like, I'm going to do everything. How much should I take for this? No, that's the complete wrong way to look at it. How we want to look at this is because we've defined the steps, because we've defined everything that it's going to take to get our clients to the outcomes and actually get them results. Who can I have do this? How long is it going to take? And how much money is it going to cost me if I were to pay everybody to do it? And likely if you're just starting out, if you don't have a team, if you don't have a full team, if you're still in fulfillment, a lot of this is going to still be you. But what we want to look at it is, and we want to price our offer as if I was going to hire a team. And this is a great way to start your org chart. It's a great way to kind of visualize how much money am I going to be spending per offer? What is the team that I actually need? And we just need to figure out, cool, if I was going to delegate absolutely everything inside my agency, how much time from an hour perspective, which is called a billable hour, how much time would it take to do this? And how much would it cost? So we could just multiply an estimated hourly rate by an estimated hourly salary, which would give us how much it costs us. So I'm going to do that for every single step of the way in order to make sure that I'm priced for profit. And what we'll uncover is we'll start to get our COGS, cost of goods sold. And we just need to multiply that by at least 3 to come up with what is the retail price for this specific offer. And that will give you the offer to the clients. And this is the floor cost. And from the pricing, I would always price for 3 months in advance. So let's just say if this was like $2,500, if this came out to $2,500, this is going to be a $7,500 offer for 3 months. Oh, but I want to split pay. Then it's going to be 2 payments of $3,750. There should be an incentive to pay in full, which is going to help with your cash flow. So you can come up with different pricing plans for you. This is pretty much everything that you need to do to create an irresistible offer that's scalable, repeatable, delegatable, outcome driven, going to get your clients an actual result, and profitable for your agency. It should take a lot of pressure off yourself because all we have to do is sell this. And when we market ourselves, when we talk about ourselves, we have the pain points, we have the outcomes, we have who we help, we have the unique mechanism, we have the steps to outcome, we have everything that we need from an agency perspective in order to actually do well for our customers and ultimately serve them. That is the goal as an agency in order to freaking crush from an offer perspective. And that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are also an agency owner and you're looking to grow and scale and you're having a hard time with coming up with an offer that's repeatable, delegatable, profitable, outcome driven, and you're finding yourself saying yes to everything and it's leading to you feeling bogged down in your agency, go ahead and click the link down below to book a call with our team to learn more about Agency U and how we can build this for you, as well as supplementally the systems in order to actually handle it and the lead gen systems to actually get clients with your specific offer. If not, thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe and we'll see you on the next video.